Welcome back once again. Today we'll discuss specially on the basis of the pre-primary educations which is going to recruit very soon. And today this will be the first topic based on unit 1. So I would request those who are preparing for the exam of the pre-primary teacher, this is, I would say that please watch till the end of the session of this video so that you will learn very specific and easier way so that you can able to score good marks and so that you can able to understand the key point. So without wasting much time, I would request you all to please watch this video. It will surely help you. And not only that, I'm going to share some important questions, MCQs, based on the unit 1, which are highly important, and that will help you to understand how you can learn that. Okay, so let us go ahead. Let me just put myself out here. Okay, now coming to, I'll just need to write down, so I'm writing down out here. um, we'll talk of unit 1. Okay, we are talking about unit 1. If you look to the unit 1, you will find the first portion. The first portion written as definition, visions, aims, and objectives. Okay, so I'll teach you in very short way objectives of pre-primary education. So how you can learn here, I just make you little easier so that you can able to learn this. So you don't need to read all the details, just make sure that what is the main point that you need to understand. Okay, I'll try to give you the main point here so that you can able to understand. We'll divide into three portion. Okay, we'll divide into three portions. As a definitions, visions, aims, objective, and pre-primary education. Okay, based on this, we'll try to find out the visions, aims, and all these things. Okay, so to learn it more easier, what how you can do is, how you can do, I will really suggest you how to do this is draw a flowchart. Flowchart is very important. Draw a flowchart. Okay. If you know this flowchart, if you know this idea, you can answer any questions. So what is the flowchart? The first things, let me write pre-primary educations. Okay. So the first flowchart, let me talk about the visions. Okay. The first flowchart is about the visions. Under this vision, number one, which is very important, is lifelong learning. This is the vision key point. Okay. In exam time, they will ask only the key point. So try to remember the key point. Okay. Second point they have is holistic development. This is very important. Number 2 point. And number three, these are three important key points in vision. Okay. School readiness. So in vision, this is the three important point that you can be asked in MCQ. So they might ask, what is the vision of pre-primary education? Then you have to understand it is lifelong learning, holistic development, and school readiness. Okay, this is the uh, flowchart of this. Now, second flowchart, which I want to draw, second flowchart, I'm talking about, what is the second one? Second one is aims, right? What is the aims? So under aims, what we can do, let me just click out here so that you can learn, okay? So under aims, what you can do, I'm teaching you very easily, okay? Please listen very carefully. This is the important point that you should learn. Under aims, I'll not write, we have only 4 points, okay? Under aims, we have only 4 points. Number one, all round development. I'm telling the key point. All round development. Second aim point is their healthy habits, and independence. See, these points are very important. Don't read so bigly. Just try to understand the key point. Okay, try to understand the key point, and you'll know how to answer the MCQs because it's a MCQ type. So these are very important. Healthy habit and independence. Then number thing is creativity and curiosity. This is very important in aim, learning the creativity and curiosity. Okay, and the last one is a joyful learning. This is the four important point in aims that you should keep in your mind. All around development, health, habit and independence, creativity and curiosity, and joyful learning. If you remember this point, you don't need to read all. Don't just read the MCQ directly. You might get confused. If you know the flowchart, then it is very easy to understand. So learn in this way, flowchart. Okay, so I'm teaching you how to learn very easily. Okay, then going to the next point. Let us come to the next point. Now next point is your objectives. So another flowchart is your objectives. So this is your third objectives. In under objectives, what you have to see, in under objectives, I'm teaching you the easier way. Please wait. In under objectives, which you need to remember, number one is your motor and sensory skills, which is one of the most important objectives. Second thing is language development, which is very important. You might get confused in exams, so they might say to you language skilling up or something, but you should remember the language development. Okay, and number three is social social participation. Social participation. Then the number four is your uh, self disciplined self discipline and confidence. Okay, and last, number five, let us come to the point. Number five is your academic readiness. Okay, this is the three important crucial point that you should know in the fast visions, lifelong learning, holistic development, and school readiness. And if you look aim, all round development, healthy habits and independence, creativity and curiosity, and joyful learning, that is the 4 points in aims and objective, motor and sensor skill, and language development, social participation, self-discipline and confidence, and academic readiness. Okay, so these four is very important. And why? And these courses, pre-primary is made for whom? And pre-primary is made for whom? Just summary I just want to give. It is made for whom? Okay, it's a this is just a definition, because they might ask you that in definition you must know. So in definition, key point: pre-primary education is made for whom? Number one thing, they are made for what? Number one, okay, you should remember, it is of to make a organized learning. Okay, it's a platform where there's a organized learning. And what is the age? What is the age of people who are learning there? From 3 to 6 years, within 3 to 6 years. Okay. Huh? This is very, very important, very, very important. And why and where it helps? This definition is should very be very clear. And where do they help? And why it is important? What are you helping to develop them? There you are helping them to develop physically. You are helping them to be socially active, emotionally, then cognitive in advance, and languages, language skills. Okay, and all these should be, these oriented should be in the way of play based, practical play based. That's where joyful learning, place based activity. Okay, all should be play based activity oriented learning. So this is the key important point of unit 1. If you know unit 1 the first point, then you can able to answer a lot of questions on based on this. Lot of questions you can able to answer. Lot of, if you they ask multiple questions MCQ, these are the key points that you should go through, and this will surely help if you look only the key points, and it is very easy to learn. So definition, you know now. Visions, you know. Aim, you know. Objectives of pre-primary education, you know it. Don't read blindly. That might forget you. You should know very carefully. Okay, coming to the next point. Coming to the point number 2 now. Coming to point number 2. Okay, let us come to point number 2 as per the syllabus. Okay, let us come to point number 2. So coming to the point number 2, let me look the what is your chapter? I mean, syllabus chapter. I need to go through, so I'm just looking on that. So point number 2 is talking about the philosophy. Okay, let me just write. Point number 2 is talking about the philosophy of pre-primary education. Okay, this is one of the most important point. Now looking onto this, let us go through. Here I'll give the, here also I'm going to give the flowchart. You don't need to read why it is and what you need to do, what is the key principle. Okay, so this should be very clear with the flowchart. Then if you keep with the flowchart, you will be able to understand what type of criteria they are talking about. Okay, so I'll give in flowchart. Okay, so let me come to the philosophy flowchart. So taking this into diagram. Okay, if you know this key point, then it is very clear. Number one, philosophy closer. Number one, number it should be child as a center. center, child center approach. Okay, your focus should be to the child, to the students whom you are teaching. It should be child center approach. This is very good, very important. Second thing is learning by doing. That means practically we learn by doing and by practicing, right? Learning by doing. This is another important philosophy. Another is holistic. This is also spoken in your aim and objectives. Development, showing practically, visualizing them and teaching them the real scenario of the world. Okay, then there should be freedom. There is freedom and creativity, which is one of most important. They are really focusing on creativity. Students should be very creativity. Okay, and the last one is your natural growth. You don't need to be artificial growth, but you should be natural growth. So these are the 5 important points which are included in your philosophy. So it should be child-centered approach, learning by doing, holistic development, freedom and creativity, and natural growth. So this is second point, which is very, very important, very crucial, important. You should remember. Okay. Now, if I ask any MCQ based on this question, you can able to answer. Okay, there is not a big problem now. You can able to answer. Now, coming to the third number. Let us come to the third number. There are a lot of people who have done the third number. They have asked about the third number. So I'm going to teach about third number. Who have contributed in this pre-primary, this one. So number 3. You should know very clearly. So number 3. Who is a contribution? Okay, who was the contributor? In number 3, first contributor is Froebel. Okay. So they might ask you some question about the Froebel, what he has done. So I'm drawing in flowchart way. Okay, what he has done, what is his concept based on pre-primary education. Okay, what is his concept? So I'm writing in a flowchart way. Number 1, the most important thing that you have already heard, kindergarten. Okay, this is one of the most important kindergarten. We often heard our we used to give our child to in many of the kindergarten, so that they can able to learn that from the beginning. Then his concept, another is play based learning. You play and you learn. Okay, so students might get interest on base. Another thing is number 3 things which we have really focused on him, which he focuses gift. Students often loved getting give and occupations. These are the 3 important points as contributed by Froebel, which is kindergarten, play-based learning, and give and occupations. So you should remember this. Okay. Now coming to this one, other this one. Wait, I'm just looking the syllabus and what he has given occupations. There are still more. Then now coming to another point, Montessori. What is Montessori has given the contribution? Okay. So next point is Montessori. So we are getting on Montessori. Let us go to the point. Point number 1 of Montessori is, by his name itself, we write Montessori method. Okay, he have given this title or a frame on his contribution as Montessori method. Okay, another is called self-directed learning. They may ask you question, who have given this concept of self-directed learning? Who is the person who have given this concept? So they might give you the choice as Froebel, Montessori, Mahatma Gandhi, or they might give you in other names which are good popular names. So you have to know that which person has done what contribution he has done. Okay, that is very important. Another thing is didactic materials, which is one of the most important things. By giving the attractive things and then getting, this is the 3 point which is done by Montessori. Okay, this is the 3 point which are done by the Montessori. So base, if you read these type of things, it will be much more easier for you to learn more what person who has done what and what person who has done what, isn't it? So you'll able to understand also. So you don't need to read all the description and then and get confused. Okay, you must go through, take this note, write it down, and you keep practicing. Next person is, the contributor is Pastoralogy. Okay, so what this Pastoralogy has given idea, what he has given the contribution in pre-primary education is head, heart, hand. Give your head, give your confidence, give your heart in learning, then you should give your hand. So his concept is head, heart, and hand. Okay, another thing which you have given is object object based object based teaching is very important. Okay, and role of mother, which is another concept of his teaching. Okay, so these are three important point given contribution by Pastoralogy was that head, heart, and hand, object-based teaching, and role of mother. So these are very important point. And coming to the next point, which is given in the syllabus itself, Ravindranath Thakur contribution, which is one of the most important. You might get 2 or 3 questions from here based on Ravindranath Thakur. Okay, what is his contributions? Nobel Prize winners. So it's very important. These are all Nobel Prize winners. So in Rabindranath Thakur, what he says is that his concept is learning with nature. His concept is learning with nature. And another concept he has given is art, music, creativity. This is another his concept. Okay. And another important thing he has given is Santi Kanyatan, Santi Niketan model. So this is a 3 important point which is being given by Rabindranath Thakur. This is the thing. So you can go through the last one now. We are going with the last one. So if you know this is last one is Mahatma Gandhi. So if you know, you don't need to read. Okay, just you need to know the head point, key points. What is the contributions of our Mahatma Gandhi in pre-primary? Okay, so number one, what is his concept of teaching? Name called Nai, which is one of the most important point which has been often asked in the upcoming exams. Nai Talim, which is also called as basic education. Okay, Nai Talim, which is very important. They will ask you. They will ask question on MCQ. They said who have given the concepts of Nai Talim and by whom. So they'll give you. It's a Rabindranath Thakur, Mahatma Gandhi, or maybe Monte Carlo or Montessori or something. then they will give you, then you should give the answer as Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. And another thing is based work based learning, which is very important. Last one is moral and character, which is very very important. Moral and character educations. So these are the points which cover the entire unit 1 of the first unit of this series. If you really understand all these points and you keep on writing 2 or 3 times, then any question that comes, and the question will be framed based on this important point which I have focused out here. It will not come out from different questions, but most of the questions will come from this flowchart which I have given. So you should be very careful. Then see here, I'll go back again and show you again. Let us go back so that you all understand once again. Look here. Easily. So how you should learn it. Definition, visions, aims, and objective of the pre-primary school. I have given in 4 points. First, starting with visions, lifelong learning, holistic development, school readiness. Aim is what? All round development, health, habit, and independence, creativity and curiosity, joyful learning. In objective is motor and sensor skills, language development, social participation, self-disciplines, and confidence, and academic readiness. And if you talk about definition, the main concept of pre-primary school is to make an organized learning, and also that it is being taught in between the years of 3 to 6 years. And what they should learn, that is to be a physically and to be socially, should be emotional and cognitive and language skill. And these should be all in play-based activity. There should be activity like a play-based. Okay. So coming to the second point is philosophy. In the philosophy of pre-primary education, see what is the 5 concept that philosophy has given. There should be a child-centered approach, then learning by doing, holistic development, freedom and creativity, and nature growth. And after that, who are the contributors here? Froebel has given this kindergarten, play-based learning, and give and occupations. It is contributed by Froebel. And Montessori has given the concept of Montessori method, self-directed learning, and didactic materials. And next, Pastoralogy has given that head, heart, and hand, object-based teaching, rule of mother. Rabindranath Thakur is given by learning with nature, art, music, creativity, and Santiniketan model. Okay, and Mahatma Gandhi has given Nai Tailim, which is called basic education, work-based learning, moral and character, and education. So if you know these three, unit 1 is complete. Unit 1. So let me test you one question, okay? MCQ. If you want the MCQ, please do not hesitate. Contact me in this number. This is my number. I'm giving you the number so that you can contact me. If you need the important MCQ or notes, if you need important MCQs, questions, please do not hesitate. You can contact me in this number 8787584657. Okay? You can text me, you can call me, no problem. So make sure that you don't miss out every series. There are total 15 series. Each series might come 10 questions minimum. Maximum question which will come from the 10, but at least 4 or 5 questions you are going to get from each section. So if you are having 10 section, if you can answer 4 for each, it is coming 40 questions you can easily answer. So it's a very easy that you can score marks and then you can get a qualified marks. So be very active, start preparing from now. Don't only just read, try to understand the points, then only you try to give the answers. So suppose I'm giving you one question here. Now you can able to answer. Okay, just let me give me the some very good question which is being asked. Suppose if I ask you question number 1, MCQ. Pre primary education in India generally caters to which age group? Now, by looking at the flowchart, I think you can able to answer. Number A is 0 to 3 years. Number B is 3 to 6 years. So when you read, you get the answer. Number C is 6 to 10 years. Already I know you know the answer now. I don't need to tell. Why I don't need to tell? Number D is 7 to 12 years. So obviously your answer will be what? Already you know the answer, right? Why you know the answer? Because the only concept is that you have to read this flowchart. See, I have given here all the details. See, what is the answer here? See, their definition is 3 to 6 years. So if you read these things, you'll able to answer any questions related to any questions. Okay, let me test one more question. Okay, let me test one more question related to this point, and we'll go a little bit more deeper so that you can able to understand. Okay, question number 2. Let me just ask. Question number 2. Which these questions are very important. Okay, which of the following? I'm just writing 2 3 questions so that you can reflect your answer. Which of the following is not not an? Listen, not an objectives. Very crucial point of pre-primary education. They are asking not a. Okay, which is not included. One is written as social participation. Number B, already you know what is the answer, cognitive readiness. Number C, job oriented training. Number D is your motor skills development. Right? So already you know which is not here. They are not in job oriented learning. Others, all the social is there in objective, cognitive is there, motor skill learning is there, but not in the objective is this. This is the choice. Which is called job oriented training. They don't teach those students from 3 to 6 to be a job oriented. Okay. So likewise, you can able to answer now questions based on your this one. So what I mean to say is that keep following. This is totally explained on Unit 1. This is the first series that will help you to understand more clearly. Keep following my channel, subscribe my channel, you will learn more. Okay? Thank you everyone, and see you in the next session. See you in the next session.